Hey, I am Jeremy Barlow, Associate Editor at Dark Horse. I work on the Star Wars line. I'm here at Star Wars Celebration 4 in Los Angeles with John Jackson Miller, the writer of Knights of the Old Republic. And we've had a wild show this weekend. I don't know, what's the craziest thing you've seen here, John, this weekend?
I was very happy to see Jarail. As somebody actually we have driven to put body paint on themselves, dressing up as our Arcanian offshoot. We call it the fierce protector of Camper.
Yes, it's nice that we're actually getting some KOTOR costumes coming by now. We saw fantastic Lucian, Darkside Lucian came by earlier today. Celebration has been fantastic. Fans here are just so positive and so awesome. Everybody's here happy to see our books, and we did a panel yesterday where we talked about what's coming up in the future.
And don't you wish you were there? Actually, a lot of people were there, and we were really thrilled. It's one of the biggest panels that comics have had.
It was amazing. It was staggering. We were a little intimidated by the size of the crowd, but it was.
Didn't have pitchforks, and they didn't have that.
That's always a good sign.
Everybody was very kind, and we're so glad to be here.
Anyway, if you're not reading Knights of the Old Republic yet, you should be, because we're trying to get back to the original spirit of the original trilogy, and we're all about camaraderie and adventure, and romance and fun, and Mandalorians and the fate of the galaxy at stake. So
major things happening this year. The Mandalorian wars have broken out. Everybody's beginning to choose up sides, make deals for themselves. I've been saying it's sort of like 1940, just after the Blitz. Everybody's running in panic, and the Republic is saying, what are we going to do? And the Mandalorians are all jockeying. Well, the Mandalorians are just running roughshod over things, and a lot of people are jockeying for position and making their own deals. And stuck in the middle of this are our fugitives, Zane Carrick and Jarail and Camper. Camper, we're going to learn the truth about Camper this summer, what he's been running from.
We are indeed.
We're going to actually resolve that mystery. We're going to delve into one of the mysteries from the movies that has never been addressed before, and we're going to explore it right here in the series.
Something you never thought you'd see again. If you didn't make it to Celebration, you missed out, but you can find us on the Dark Horse message boards, www.darkhorse.com/forums. We're on there all the time interacting with the fans, and we hope to see you there. So, if you haven't been reading KOTOR, here's the rundown.
Zane Carrick is we've seen so many really super powerful Jedi. There has to be somebody at the other end of the class. Otherwise, all the Anakins would be blowing the curve for everybody. No, Zane is in the Old Republic. In the Old Republic, we have lots of Jedi, lots of Sith, although no Sith at the moment that we can see in our series, and Jedi can date, which is a good thing too. We'll be getting into that this year as well. Some of the specifics about that and how that works. But now, Zane is always concerned that he's going to not make the grade as a Jedi. He's always being embarrassed in front of his masters. He's always being embarrassed in front of his girlfriend. He can't catch even the small-time goods that he's sent out to go get, and he's certain he's not going to graduate. And then the day of the ceremony, where he's going to find out whether or not he gets to become a Jedi or has to go be sent back to the farms or whatever to work the rest of his life in obscurity. He lucks out. He captures the con artist. He captures the Griff, and runs him back to the temple, runs upstairs, and walks in on the graduation ceremony, except all of his fellow students are dead at their master's feet. And his own master, Lucian, says, "You're late, young one." He turns, he runs, he becomes a fugitive, he is hunted by his masters who have pinned the murders on him. The only people who will help him are the criminals like the Griff, who is a con artist who wants to use Zane for his own nefarious purposes, and then also the other outcasts and fugitives, other hideaways like Jarail and Camper, who live aboard the Last Resort, which is a sort of floating junk hauler that our characters are flying around on. Zane does find out what the conspiracy is right in the first volume commencement, but that doesn't mean he's out of trouble, because he is still wanted. He does declare he is going to hunt for justice.
I think what you're trying to say succinctly is hijinks ensue.
Hijinks ensue, and so it's and of course right now the Mandalorian Wars have just started. This is the big Empire Republic conflict of this era. We have, except the difference being the Mandalorians, as opposed to being regimented like the Empire, the Mandalorians are crazed nomads that put on costumes and go out and poke people with their really pointy costumes.
Yes, it's all very Mad Max. No,
yes.
we're set 8 years before the Knights of the Old Republic video game, 7, 8 years, so we're just seeing the beginnings of the Mandalorian War encroaching on the galaxy. And if you have any concerns about whether or not you can get into the comics, having played the game or not, I can assure you that we've designed the series to be completely new reader accessible. If you haven't played the game, you're not missing any story elements. You can hit the ground running and enjoy it. If you have played the game, however, it'll be a little bit more meaningful and significant. You'll see elements and characters and situations that.
There are things that you'll see and you'll say, well, maybe that's foreboding. This is something where, oh, well, this guy might turn into this character from the video games, where we don't know the backstories.
Right.
Then again, maybe not.
Right.
So it's one of those situations where the more you know, perhaps it may not help so much. But it is. We've had a lot of great feedback on the series. The first 2 trade paperbacks are out. The second trade paperback, Flashpoint, just came out. That covers issue 7 through 12. Days of Fear just wrapped. That was 13 through 15. Nights of Anger, issue 17 comes out here after Memorial Day.
Yep.
And we're going to keep on going.
Check your local comic shop. So, John,
yes,
what would you say is your favorite moment in any of the Star Wars films?
Favorite moment in any of the Star Wars films? Oh my gosh, that's
Oh, okay. Let's
hit me with that.
Widen it up a little. Okay, which of the films is your favorite?
Probably The Empire Strikes Back, and yeah, I do think the favorite moment would be on Cloud City, where Lando changes his mind, because Lando, there's not a lot of us Lando guys, but Lando is my favorite character.
I'm right there with you.
Because Lando, very much like the Griff in our own series, is always looking to improve his own deal, or when his deal is getting worse, renegotiate.
Well, not only that, Lando is, he's a gambler and he's kind of a scoundrel, and he's tried to fly right with his life. He's assumed control of Cloud City, and he's become respectable. But as soon as the Empire shows up, he sells out his old buddy, and as soon as that happens, he immediately regrets it and has to redeem his action.
And he bets a long shot.
He's such a great character.
And that is one of the things that we've done here. Griff has taken in Zane, the greatest of all long shots.
Yes.
Because again, it's going to be a long time before he's going to be able to face the people chasing him the way that Luke was able to face Vader. But that doesn't mean that he has the luxury of waiting.
Right.
As we're going to find out.
Right. All right. Well, thanks, John.
All right.
Thanks, Dark Horse, and we'll see you on the boards.
All right. See everybody there.